What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the Casey Crew.
Welcome.
Yes, and I am here to say that our detox is officially freaking over.
Hallelujah.
That's right. It is over. And and shout to the good doctors and the coach Jesse. It is over. We did 30 days.
Yep, we did.
30
we successfully completed 30 days. I never thought this day would come.
No, not at all. So I'll tell you my side, and Gia could tell you hers. I lost.
It's over. It's over. It's over. Over.
I lost 24 pounds. 24 pounds when it was finally over. I got to my lowest weight, 169. And it's a great experience. I feel good. I feel lighter. I'm not going to sit here and say it was easy, because it wasn't easy.
Definitely wasn't easy.
Giving up meat, giving up a lot of the foods that I enjoyed to eat was not easy at all. It was very difficult. I know it seems like it was, I could do that for 30 days. No, it's very difficult, especially when your world lives around food.
I think, something I didn't really realize. No, maybe I did realize, but I don't think that I realized to the degree at which our lives revolve around food.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's
us in
crazy.
particular. I think a lot of people hold food as a very significant part of their lives, but I think us especially.
No, and the thing is it's meetings, it's dates, it's
dinners with friends. Not even our kids. Yes.
Our kids didn't do the detox, so they're still eating, and it's difficult to smell that food and to see them with their snacks, and
or to be cooking it for them.
Yeah, or even worse, to cook it for them, and
you can't even lick the spoon.
Nope, chocolate chip cookies, no potato chips, no what's all this other stuff I love? Cheesecake, no macaroni and cheese, no chicken, no steak, no French fries, none of that. No candy, none of that.
Like not even a Dorito.
No.
Like I'm not a huge chips eater. Like when I do snack on chips. I'm not as big on sweets as I am on salts, but I would open up the pantry and just sit there and stare at the Doritos. Like, how bad would it be if I just had one little triangle?
Right. No.
How bad could it possibly be?
No, you're absolutely right.
Like the temptation was so serious for me.
No, you really didn't. I didn't, but we kept it tight. And
I was really rigid. I was really rigid about the rules. One day we were in the city all day handling some business, and we were starving and had to find a place that sold the kind of food that we could eat. And you'll find vegan restaurants. There are a lot of vegan stores, vegan groceries, vegan restaurants, but what we were doing wasn't necessarily strictly vegan. We couldn't have vegetables or anything like that. So even if we would find a place that had butternut squash soup, it had all this other stuff in it. And then we couldn't have that soup because it had vegetables or celery or onions or whatever. And we're not allowed to have that stuff. So I feel like L's were everywhere. Like we were set up to take L's, especially when we were away from the house.
But we kept it tight and we kept it together, and we actually finished. I would say, when the detox, now that the detox is over, I do feel lighter. I love the way that I look. That was one thing that, it's crazy. I didn't really love the way that I looked before.
What do you mean?
I just didn't love my body shape. I didn't love my weight too much.
I disagree with you.
You love me, but I just didn't. I just didn't love it. I wanted to be more fit and trim. And I remember a year ago.
Your body shape.
Yeah, let me explain it. A year ago, I was in the gym heavy, crazy, right? Crazy. And I loved the way my body shape was. I love my muscles. I love my form. I love everything. But I felt like I got off of that. And this got me back to a place which I love and I enjoy it. I love it.
Yeah, and you look great.
Thank you.
But you say your body shape. I don't really know what you mean by that.
Body shape
like
meaning,
you have skinny legs.
Right.
Or thin legs, I should say.
Thin legs, right?
Like your body is thin. Your body is slender. Your body was slender before.
But it wasn't, I'm not going to say I'm chiseled now, but I'm more closer to chiseled. Like, I see definition in my body, and I love seeing definition.
Oh, and just clarify, because some people did ask, was this 24-pound weight loss solely as a result of the 30-day detox, or was it both combined?
Now, what I did was, it was definitely just because of the 30-day detox. Yeah, it was.
No, you originally lost 13 pounds with the 7-day detox.
And then I gained it back when I went to Africa, remember?
Well, you didn't gain all 13 back. You gained 8 back.
Right.
8 back.
8 back.
So when you started this detox, you were at a 5-pound loss.
Right.
So if you lost 24 altogether, with this detox, you lost 19 pounds.
About 19, yeah.
With this one solely.
Right.
I just want to make sure that we give accurate information, or don't leave room for people to wonder, especially if they're interested in doing it themselves.
Absolutely. And what happened is like on the 20th day of the detox, my body kind of just hit a minimum. I should say, I guess a minimum, because I would just stay at 169, 170, and I couldn't go no lower than that. I guess that's my body type, and maybe everything else I was eating, because I just didn't do the detox. I also worked out every day. So, the doctor said that was probably muscle just accumulated on me now, because now it just wasn't the fat that was there. So I feel lighter. I feel better. Everything just feels better with me. Like, I feel light on my feet. I feel faster. I feel quicker. Maybe it's just in my mind, but that is the way that I feel. Now, coming off of it, people say, well, are you going to stay with it? How's your eating going to be? Well, the plan is to stay this way, but with options. Meaning, for breakfast, still eat the same way. For lunch, still eat the same way. At dinner, I open up and can have a little bit more of what I want. And then on the weekend, I'm going to eat what I want.
Okay, so you've abandoned the vegan Monday through Thursday idea?
I'm going to try that. And the reason I'm going to try it, and it's not the vegan, whatever thing it was, the same thing that we did, the quinoa, the avocados, the fruit.
Not even vegetables Monday through Thursday?
No, I was just going to stay on that. But this is the problem that I can't, is because now that the nanny is gone, like, you're putting a lot of effort into cooking. Like, you are fucking... Like, all right, so let me explain to you guys. Chef Gia Casey here, once the nanny left and we were off the diet, we were talking to you guys about the first place we're going is Tao. We're going to go Tao. Yeah. And we're going to get Chilean sea bass, and we're going to get lobster. We're going to get red snapper. We were planning this
not
shit.
Their lobster. I don't like their lobster.
Well, the red snapper.
Their red snapper and their Chilean sea bass.
We were planning like a motherfucker. So Gia and I was like, the nanny's not here. Let's... it was the weekend. She was like, let's go to
Trader Joe's.
We went to Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Fairway.
And a place, I don't know how many Fairways there are, but there's a place called Fairway out here, which I think is great.
Right. So we went to all these places and said, let's get some food. And it started, we're just going to get a little bit for the kids. And
mind you, I've never been to a Whole Foods in my life. Our nanny's been to Trader Joe's a few times, but I've never stepped into a Trader Joe's.
Right.
And I've never been into a Fairway. Like, I'm a BJ's and Stop and Shop kind of girl.
Absolutely. But we get there and Gia goes ham. I mean, Gia is buying everything.
No, I went vegetable.
Yeah, she went vegetable. She's stupid. So she's buying everything vegetables. She's buying everything organic. She's asking, is this grass fed? Is this farm fed? And she's going hard, and she's getting
farm raised.
What? Farm raised. That's what I meant. They knew what I meant. The same thing. So we leave out of there with, you name it, shrimp, scallops, lobster, chicken.
We bought lobster tails that were mushrooms. They looked like newborn babies.
Right.
Like, these lobster tails looked like newborn babies. Because I'm trying to. So you talked about your experience. My experience was, by Monday, the last day of our detox, I lost 13 pounds, which, as you guys already know, was a little bit hard for me, because I felt as though the weight loss didn't look amazing on me.
Right.
So I plan on gaining it all back, so slowly but surely. And as far as the way that we feel, Rashawn feels different. Me personally, I have to be honest, I don't feel any different, but I believe that my insides feel different.
Right.
I'm sure that the detox did exactly what it was supposed to do. And damn it to hell, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to tell you guys what's really going on. Your poop looks different on this detox. And I remember watching Dr. Oz a long time ago, and I don't know if you guys saw this episode. I had a few conversations with people like over the years, and people do the same thing. Like after you use the bathroom, you check your stool to see if it's like a healthy stool or an unhealthy stool.
Correct.
Like sometimes, you check the color of your urine. The closer to clear it is, apparently, the better intake of fluids you're putting in your body.
Correct.
So that means you're drinking more water, more clear fluids, which technically are supposed to be better for you as opposed to sodas and juices full of sugar, et cetera, so on and so forth. But your stool is, from what I understand, from what I remember from that Dr. Oz episode, your stool is supposed to be compact and long and together, not sectioned off and like little chunks or like whatever. It's supposed to come out in the shape of your intestines.
Correct.
And I found that was the case.
Right.
Not that I really want to give you guys that visual, but to me, that was a sign of health,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was a good thing. But as far as the way I felt, I just felt hungry. I just got to be, that's how I felt the entire time. So yeah. I'm saying all that to say my plan moving forward, as I told you, I think on the last podcast, is I want to live a more pescatarian focused lifestyle.
Okay.
A lot of vegetables, a lot of fish, shrimp, lobster, things of that nature. And I would like to have steak occasionally, chicken, organic chicken, maybe twice a week. I'm not going to swear off anything.
Right.
I don't want to eat much pork at all, but there are things that I want in my life, like prosciutto, prosciutto and mozzarella, prosciutto and tomato and mozzarella, things of that nature. But I'm not going to go out and buy pork chops.
Right.
And I'm going to try to avoid bacon, things like that. So we did go shopping, and I mean, oh my gosh, I feel like we bought the entirety of all three of those stores.
Yeah,
there was just so much healthy stuff that you can put in your refrigerator, and that you can prepare portobello mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, fresh broccoli, fresh green beans.
Well, let me explain to the people our first meal. And our first meal, when I say was so disrespectful, it was disrespectful because Gia cooked it. And I helped a little bit, but the first meal was everything that you could possibly imagine. It was chicken, fried lobster tail, grilled salmon, it was mushrooms, it was string beans, it was green beans, it was baked macaroni and cheese, it was and it was one more thing,
French fries,
fries, and it was something else. There was something else I'm missing.
Prosciutto wrapped scallops.
Yeah. And when I say everything, I mean, and of course it was 7-8 of us, but she cooked all that. And when I say everything was fucking amazing, like after I felt bad, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I didn't gain but 1 pound or 1.5 pounds because I'm a scale whore. I'm on the scale every day.
You are a scale whore.
I am. I'd like to see what my body's doing. I'd like to see what food affects me and all that.
That scale is your bitch. Like you and that scale. You probably weigh yourself like 3-4 times a day. It's ridiculous.
Twice a day.
Okay.
Maybe 3 times. I just weigh myself right now.
I know. I hear it because when you step on it, goes click, click. I can hear it in the bedroom from the bathroom.
I'm
I
at
can hear it.
I'm at 172 right
Talk
now.
About
so
2 times. Yoki.
Like I said, I want to stay in the area of between 170 and 175. That's what I want to be. But the food was amazing. Everything was juicy. Everything was fresh. Everything was tasty. It was seasoned.
Oh, and it was teriyaki. It was teriyaki salmon.
Right. Teriyaki salmon.
Yeah.
And orange chicken. What kind of chicken?
Caribbean mango chicken.
Oh my gosh. When I say everything was great, everything was wonderful.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
It was, I mean, our kids who don't like food all the time.
What do you mean they don't like food all the time?
They like the same.
You mean the
thing
babies?
Yeah, the babies.
Oh, okay. I'm like
the same
Madison
stuff
and Logan
over and over, and they enjoyed it. They loved it. It was just a great
Madison was like,
meal.
Mommy, you should open up a restaurant.
Yes.
I was like, so that's not going to happen.
No, it was, you did, give me 5. You did your fucking thing.
You fried I seasoned the lobster. You fried it.
I fried the lobster.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good, but it was fun because the kids were helping out. They were all excited. It was a great amazing fucking meal. Thank you. Like, I was gonna post pictures, but it went too fast.
It went too fast.
But you know,
it's like you guys like vacuumed it up with your mouths. Like, it was crazy.
But you know what? From there, that's when we said, all right, that was the first meal that broke the fast. Now let's get back to what we need to do.
Those prosciutto wrapped scallops were freaking incredible.
Everything was great. I know people looking like, y'all did all that diet to fuck it all up. Yes, we did.
Yeah,
but
just for that one meal.
Just for that one day. And now we're back on track to what we're doing.
But now I am so into cooking. So that was Monday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, I decided that I'm going to have hot meals ready for Madison and Logan when they come home from school. So Madison gets home at about 2:30. Logan gets home at 3:20. So I prepare a hot meal for them for when they get home.
Right.
And then they have dinner a few hours later at 6:30. That's usually when we have dinner. And they still eat a lot at dinner time. I would think that they'd be full because I made Madison like the teriyaki salmon so much that, and by the way, I got the marinade from, was that Whole Foods? I got the marinade from I got the teriyaki marinade from Whole Foods. I don't remember the name of it, but it was fantastic. I'm like, this is going to be one of those cheesy teriyaki glaze marinade BS nonsenses. Well, I'm going to try it. I tried to find the most authentic label. The label that I found, I think it was white with like royal blue, and it was incredible. And Madison loved it so much. She was like, so can I have like a salmon salad tomorrow after lunch? I'm like, sure. What do you want in it? And I put everything she wanted. When she bit into like the first piece, like that smile made, I'm like, you're going to have a warm early dinner, late lunch every day when you get home from school.
I'm excited now.
Yeah, Logan, I threw steak on the grill for him for when he came home from school, and he was just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So I was like, when you get good feedback, it makes you want to do more, even more. Yeah. So now it's like I stay ever since then, I've been in the kitchen like 2-3 times a day.
Nah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
After this podcast, we should go to the grocery store and get some fresh food for tonight.
We just got more fresh food yesterday.
Oh, we good? Okay, I just want to make sure.
We're going to do chicken and shrimp tonight. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, you know what I want to talk about today?
What?
Not letting your kids take advantage of you and not letting your kids.
Here we go. Now, I tell you a little story.
I'm gonna tell you,
and without any type of warning, you just throw it on me.
Now, let me tell you. Now, we have 5 kids, and today, our oldest 16-year-old Madison.
Somebody almost got knocked out.
Texted me and said, just out the blue, thank you, Dad. I love you so much. And also, thank you for waking me up this morning. I really appreciate it. Love you. Now, this just came out the blue. I don't know where it came from. I didn't even respond. I'm like, I don't know what's the fuck's going on. So I called you. I'm like, what's going on? And then you tell me that you and Madison got into a little incident this morning.
I almost knocked her out. I was so angry this morning. You know when sometimes the smallest thing can set you off in a big way, and the offense doesn't have to be horrible or like unimaginable or anything like that, but what the offense represents can be what's overly offensive in a sense. So this is what happened. Madison goes to school. Well, she leaves for school every morning at 7:15.
Okay.
So I take her to school every morning at 7:15. Her bell, she has to be at school by 7:30. And school is about 13 minutes away.
Right. Not too far.
It's not too far. But she comes walking down the stairs every morning at 7:15.
Okay.
I've been telling her we should leave the house at 7:10 just so you have a little bit of a buffer. We shouldn't be leaving the house to the minute in order for you to get to school on time.
Correct.
So what happens in the morning? When she gets downstairs, it's like, let's go. I have to be a lightning bolt and hurry out of the house, hop in the car, pull out of the garage, and take off every morning. And it's not a massive rush, but in her mind, we have to get out of the house in that very moment. And it annoys me. So I'll tell her, Madison, come downstairs at 7:10 so that in the case that when you come downstairs, if I have to use the bathroom, we have a 1.5 minute buffer.
Gotcha.
Or if Grandma needs something. We have 60 seconds so that I can get that done. So that if Jackson falls, I can pick him up and rub his back and lay him back down.
Correct.
Or something like that, which sounds reasonable. But she cuts it literally to the minute. So again, because we have no help, I'm getting up every day between 5 and 5:30. I go downstairs. I make the kids a hot breakfast. I pack everyone's lunches, including my 16-year-old who can pack her lunch herself.
Right.
But as a show of my love to her, I pack her lunch for her. I make her sandwiches. You know, when I was that age, I bought lunch at school.
Right.
But she claims that she doesn't like the lunch at school. So does Logan.
Correct.
Yeah, so she likes for her lunch to be made with love at home. So I make it for her every day.
I just want to tell you right then and there, that's an option, right? Because I didn't love the lunch in school, but I didn't have a choice. My mom wasn't going to make me lunch every day. You know what I did? I bought a coffee cake and a soda, and that was my lunch till I got home. But
Well,
go
that's
ahead.
sad.
But
That's sad.
Now you go ahead and get beat Mama Maria. Go ahead,
Yes.
go.
Oh, and secondly, Logan doesn't really like ham and cheese sandwiches. I mean, Madison she has 10 different sandwiches that she likes. She's a foodie. But Logan, he's a really simple guy. He likes bacon, egg, and cheese. So every morning after I drop Madison at 7:15, I call in his lunch. I swing by the deli. I pick up his bacon, egg, and cheese. I bring it home. He gets 2 Gatorades, 1 Pediasure, and 2 Fruit by the Foots for his lunch every single day. He won't have anything else. And I go and do that happily again as a sign of love for my child. So I'm downstairs and I'm early. I got up super early. The baby's clothes, like I said before on a previous podcast, I pick out their clothes the night before. Everything's laid out and I'm great on time. So she comes downstairs at about 7:14. She has a conflict with her wardrobe. Mommy, should I wear this or that? Should I wear this belt and these sneakers, or just these sneakers alone with no belt and this jacket, no jacket? What do you think? I'm like, option B. She's like, okay. She runs out of the room and she's changing. While she's doing that, I toast some raisin bread for my mother and I'm buttering it. And when she comes back into the room, she's like, Mom, let's go. Let's hurry up. Take the car to the garage and swing it around front. And I'm like, excuse me? Do what? Come on, Mom, we have to go. We have to go. We have to go. I said, what? You guys know me with cursing, but I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, what the bleep do you think this is? Do I look like your bleeping Uber? I'm not your bleeping Uber. I'm down here. I prepared your lunch for a 16-year-old that should prepare her own damn lunch. I drive you to school. Meanwhile, there's a bus that comes to the corner every single day to pick you up. But no, you don't want to take the bus. So I get my ass up out of my bed in my pajamas and drive you to school every morning when I have 4 other kids that need to be fed, that need to be dressed, that need their teeth brushed, that need everything, and then I gotta take them to school. But I give you all of these luxuries and you tell me, Mommy, hurry up, get in the car, swing the car around front.
Pull the car around, bitch. That's the name of this podcast. Pull the car around, bitch.
Meanwhile, you can walk with me through the garage into the car and pull out with me at the same time. And what was crazy about it was that it made no sense.
Right.
What she said made no sense, but she's so used to hurrying me and almost making me feel that if I don't skip to the loo quick enough, I'm the reason that she's going to be late. Meanwhile, she's coming down the stairs to the second to disable her from being late. Like, it's crazy. So I cursed her out the entire way to school this morning.
Pull that car around the front,
It was
bitch.
so bad. For 10 minutes, I was yelling at her in the car. And when I dropped her off and I started to pull away, my throat was sore.
Right.
And the reason is I am happy to go above and beyond for the people that I love. You 5, 6, 7 people in this house, my family, my flesh and blood. I will go to the ends of the earth to make you happy. I will do it happily. I will not complain. The only thing that anybody wants, any child, any mother, any wife, any husband, the only thing that people want is to be appreciated.
Right.
You just want to be appreciated. And I refuse to raise children that, and don't get me wrong, she wasn't disrespectful, but I refuse to raise children that take that love for granted or just expect it. No, I do these things for you guys because you're good kids. You get good grades. You're respectful. You speak to me the way that I like to be spoken to. There's love, there's affections, there's pleases, there's thank yous, there's all that stuff. The minute that I don't see that, I lose my shit. And
I get it.
I told her, I said, from now on, you make your own lunch. And if there's not sufficient ingredients, or if you don't have the deli meat that you want or whatever in the house, you better make sure that the night before you ask somebody to take you, because in the morning there's going to be there was no roast beef, so can you go to the deli? Mommy's not going to the deli for you ever, never again in the morning. It's not going to happen.
Right.
And our kids are far, 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 far from spoiled, but I think that that's my hot button. I think that I've always been, ever since they could talk, I'm so fearful of raising spoiled children that I think that's my red button. And they've never exemplified being spoiled, but the hint of it, like, Mom, what? Like, this is a luxury, you being driven to school. Get on that freaking yellow bus on the corner and take that uncomfortable ride to school every morning. As a matter of fact, that's what's going to happen. That was another threat that I told her this morning. I was like, from now tomorrow, you're getting dropped off at the corner. So then pass me my phone. So this is what she texted me from school.
See, she texted you.
She got out the car and was like, I love you. I just turned my face to the side. Because you know what? Kids got to know that you're serious. And I think me cursing, because I never curse at them. I don't even like to really curse in front of them unless I'm making a joke.
Who curses at them?
Or something. You cuss at them all the time. But I took a page out of your book in this situation.
And what'd she say?
Hold on a minute. Madison. Okay. She goes, this was today at 9:58 a.m. So she had a whole whopping, 2 hours and 18 minutes to think about this. 28 minutes. Yeah, 28 minutes. Hey Mom, I'm sorry about this morning. I just thought that by having you meet me in the front would save me some time. I wasn't trying to put it on you for me running late. I also appreciate you packing my lunch for me this morning. I know you had a lot to do with the babies and everything. If I knew that Daisy wasn't going to be here, I would have done it myself. Daisy is our nanny in training. Sorry for having an attitude this morning. I love you so much. And again, I apologize.
See, now, this is something that I've been telling you for the last 2-3 weeks, right? I told you, and this is going to sound crazy, but I told you, you do too much for the kids. You do too much for the kids. Now think about what you do every morning, right? You take Madison to school at 7:15, right? You jet back here. You jet back here. Then you take Logan at 8, right?
I take Logan and the 3 babies at 8.
The 3 babies at 8. So then you drop off Logan, right, at his school.
Not really. They don't just magically get ready. So I'm up. I do everything between 5 and 7. But then when I come back, they've already been I already got them partially ready between, say, 6:15 and 7:15 when I have to leave with Madison. Then when I get back, I get them the rest ready.
Right. So now you got to get the kids ready. You got to drop one. So you just drop Madison off of school. Then you drop Logan off of school. Then you drop the 2 babies off of school, the 3-year-old and 4-year-old. Right, boom. School. Then you got to drive 25 minutes to Brooklyn school because her school is on the other side of town, way on the other side of town.
It's not on the side of our town. It's in another town.
Right. Then you got to come back and get their lunch and drop off Logan's lunch, right? So I told you this. I said...
No. I don't have to drop off Logan's lunch anymore because I get it after I drop Madison now. So now he goes to school with his lunch.
All right.
I used to have to go back and drop off his lunch.
Yeah, so you would go back to Logan's school to drop off his lunch, which I thought was fucking insane. So like I told you the other day, I said, if I was you, I would tell the kids, what do you like to eat? You tell me what you like to eat. I will buy what you like to eat, whether it's cold cuts, whether it's I don't know, warm food to be microwaved, whether it's peanut butter and jelly, whether it's ketchup sandwiches, whatever you guys like to eat, I will buy. And then it's your job in the morning to make your motherfucking lunch. You are 16 and 14 years old. No. You motherfuckers know how to make a sandwich.
Now they're MFers?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You motherfuckers know how to make a sandwich. And you tell me what time you want to leave. You know what? There's no more leaving at 7:15. You're leaving at 7:10, at 7 o'clock. You know why? You're going to be your ass 15 minutes early.
They're going to be their ass?
Yes. Your ass is going to be there 15 minutes early. I don't give a fuck. If you're not down at 7 o'clock, that's going to give you 15 minutes to walk to the bus stop. That's how I would play it every day. You're too nice. Okay, I'll rush. Okay, I'll do this. I'll warm up the car. I'll pull a car in the front. No, motherfucker, we could all go in the garage and get in the car. What the fuck? You too good to go in the garage? The garage is heated. Motherfuckers, we all go into this garage.
I got to tell you.
No, she gets pulled around the front because you be like, babe, I'll meet you downstairs. Pull a car around the front. So that's where she gets that from. She thinks she's you. So no.
The way I tell you to pull the car on the front?
Yeah, no, you be like, babe, I'll be down in a second. Just pull a car on the front so we can leave. That's what you do. Right? But no, motherfucker. No. You are too nice. And then even with the kids, hold on. The other day, London's going to tell you.
What?
Tell dad, I'm tired of chicken fingers every day for lunch.
Chicken nuggets
every day for lunch.
She didn't say it like that. See, you just drew the wrong picture. No, that's not what happened. That's not what my baby did. That is not what she said. That's not what happened. That's a misrepresentation.
You gonna tell me you tired of chicken fingers? Like you
chicken nuggets.
You're 4 years old. You better be happy with them chicken nuggets.
That is not what happened.
You know what I had? And
stop it. I don't want to hear.
No, let me finish.
You about to get a black eye. Don't talk about my London.
You know what happened? You know what I got in elementary school?
You don't remember what you got when you were 4.
I know what I got. Peanut butter and jelly every day. There was no option.
Got peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, peanut butter and jelly.
See, Mama Janet, you didn't love him.
Or ham and cheese. Matter of fact, you know what I got too? Bologna. Bologna.
There's no nutritional value in bologna.
But our kids getting chicken fingers.
Can't use that as a reference point. Those aren't.
They get Friday. They get pizza. They get all types of shit. I put extra Annie's.
But you know, nobody knows what you're talking about.
I'm telling you.
So for the babies, we order hot lunch to their school every day. Their school has an option. Either you can bring lunch, or a service comes to the school every day and brings all the children that have ordered hot lunch.
Right.
So every day they get something different. But I think that they probably have chicken nuggets or chicken tenders on the menu often. And my little sweet baby said to me the other day when I picked her up from school, she said, Mommy, can you please do me a favor? I said, what? She said, can you please tell Daddy, because they know that you order the lunch, can you please tell Daddy no more chicken nuggets? I get chicken nuggets so many times a week and I'm just tired of them. I'll take anything else but chicken nuggets. And that's how she damn well said it. Why you had to throw all the attitude and the twang on it? Tell Daddy no more chicken nuggets, mother trucker. Like I don't like.
Well,
how
you know what
she's
getting this week? This week she's getting vegetable soup on
you know
Tuesday.
What? See, now you're just gonna be spiteful because the kid doesn't want chicken tenders. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna spite my 4-year-old.
I'm gonna give her
That's
some
how
other
it goes
shit.
down at the Casey
I'm gonna
household.
give her some other shit.
Really? Oh, now she gonna guess. See,
she's getting a burger with no cheese.
I gotta go and
no
check
ketchup.
The list, or I gotta pack her a second lunch as an option in case she doesn't like.
She's getting
the lunch
a
that's
burger
delivered to
with
the
no
school.
cheese and no ketchup.
Why is she getting a burger with no cheese and no ketchup?
Because she says she wants something different. She gets no cheese and no ketchup.
This is what you do?
Dry.
This is the example you want to set?
And you know what?
This is who you are?
And I didn't get no chocolate milk the first week. She's going to be thirsty as a motherfucker.
Don't worry, I put a Pediasure in their lunchbox every day.
Well, that Pediasure better last a whole day.
Well, what I do is they get their lunch delivered to the school, and I also pack them a lunchbox with options, just in case what they get delivered they're not a huge fan of. So I pack a lot of fun stuff in their lunch. I pack Doritos, I pack Cheez-Its, They get Pediasures, they get mandarin oranges, they get applesauce, they get fruit by the foot, they get all types of stuff.
Keep letting them play you. See, I'm. You know what? When she comes home now, she gonna be like, Dad, can you order me chicken fingers again?
Shame on you. You know how good I felt when I was in elementary school and I opened up my lunchbox and there were like all these treasures in there. Yo, tell me if you had the same experience. When I was a kid, only the cool kids had Capri Suns. And then the kids that weren't cool had like the Mott's little juice boxes or whatever. Like if you pulled a Capri Sun out of your lunchbox, everybody was like, ooh.
I had Mott's.
Oh.
I had Mott's.
That explains a lot.
And then
I'm just kidding.
I had Mott's because my mom said Mott's was healthier and I liked apple juice. And I got every day, I got 3 chocolate chip cookies or 4 chocolate chip cookies in a Ziploc bag with either a ham and cheese sandwich or a peanut butter and jelly.
But you know, it's funny because when we were in Fairway the other day, I'm sitting there like, I don't want to give them Capri Sun anymore.
Right.
Capri Sun. I don't know what's in Capri Sun. Before I never thought about it, but now,
you're like, now
I do. So I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm going through like the kids' juice aisle, and there I saw organic Capri Sun. But I'm like, oh, it might taste like trash. So I only got 2 boxes of that, but then I bought a bunch of like Mott's juices.
That was organic. They had organic.
So I'm like, you just might be uncool, but hey, at least your insides are going to be cleaner.
But that's to say, don't let your kids play you and bitch, pull a car around.
No, what'd you say? Pull a car around.
Pull a car around, bitch. My goodness.
Right.
All right. Well, let's get to the email of the week. All right.
Oh, and I texted Maddie back. No problem. I love you too.
Oh, so you're going to take her to school tomorrow? You ain't going to drop off at the bus?
Yeah, no. She apologized. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy. We're good. There's no problem. No resentment.
Okay.
I'm harboring nothing. And and you could tell by the text that was a very heartfelt apology.
Well, that's my little baby, so you better leave her alone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now the email it starts off with, it feels like my boyfriend's brother's girlfriend.
Hold on. My boyfriend's brother's girlfriend. Go ahead.
Somehow is interested in my boyfriend. Now she goes.
A minute. I'm sorry. I might feel a little slow. That's her. So that's kind of like her potential sister-in-law in a sense. Is interested in her boyfriend's brother. Got it.
Yeah. Now, hey, Gia and Envy. First off, I want to say how much I look forward to hearing your podcast every week. I have learned so much from listening to the both of you talk, and I just want to say how inspirational your relationship is to others. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 3 years, going on 4, and we have a great relationship. But there's one problem. His brother's girlfriend. She has a son with my boyfriend's brother, and he is extremely close to his nephew, almost to the point where it's uncomfortable. His brother has had a lot of self issues, which have resulted in him not really being there for his son. Because my boyfriend and his nephew are so close, she has been the point of contact for whatever reason. She seems to call my boyfriend and tell him that her son misses his uncle and wants to see him a lot. Mm-hmm. Last weekend, he asked her if he could stay the night at our house without talking to me about it first. When she came up to me and asked, I was completely caught off guard.
Say that one more time, that last line.
He asked if he could stay the night at our house.
Hold on. He asked. Who asked?
His uncle wants to see him a lot. Last weekend.
The kid?
He asked her. He asked the mom.
Okay, so her son asked her.
No. The boyfriend.
Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend asked the girlfriend.
His brother.
No. His boyfriend. Her boyfriend. The boyfriend.
Yes.
Asked the girl that she thinks is likes him. You get it?
No.
Okay. Let's call the girl.
There's a lot of his and hers and stuff going on.
Let's call the girl the mean one. The mean one is trying to.
The mean one?
Forget it.
The emailer you're calling the mean one?
Forget it. Let me read it again.
Thank you.
She seems to call my boyfriend and tell him that her son misses his uncle and wants to see him a lot. Mm-hmm. Last weekend, her boyfriend asked her if the boy could stay the night at our house without talking to me about it first.
Okay, got it.
When she came up to me and asked, I was completely caught off guard that they had already made plans without my knowledge. The relationship between my boyfriend and her is very strange to me. Mm-hmm. You would think when it came to his brother's son, my boyfriend would talk to him about his kid, not the girlfriend. Please help me, guys. This has been a huge problem in our relationship. I almost feel like she is jealous of the relationship with me and my boyfriend, the relationship that we have together, and she thinks that she got the wrong brother because my boyfriend shows her son the type of attention and love the baby's father.
You mean my boyfriend shows her?
It shows her son the type of attention and love the baby father doesn't.
Right.
And then she goes, if I'm wrong for having the feelings I have, let me know.
Nope.
Also,
hit the nail right on the head.
I do not get along with this girl. We are both cordial to each other, but we both know we don't care for each other. We just have 2 completely different personalities and we often clash. She is the type to be very attention-seeking and negative about everything. She is a hard person to be around. Am I wrong for feeling this way?
Nope.
Please respond even if it's not on air. I don't have anyone I could talk to about this. Thank you guys. With love, Haley.
Mm-hmm. I'm just digesting some of it.
Okay. Now I will say this. I understand the brother, right? And if he knows, all right, let's put it like this.
Okay, wait. We have to label people because there's 2 brothers.
Okay, her boyfriend. I'll say her boyfriend.
So hold on. So there's let's call her boyfriend the uncle, because he's the nephew's uncle.
Okay.
So he's really the uncle. So her boyfriend is the uncle.
Right.
And then the father, we can call him the brother or the baby's father.
The baby's father.
The baby's father.
Okay.
And then there's the emailer. We'll call the emailer the emailer.
Her name is Haley, so we call her Haley.
Okay, so we'll call her Haley. And then we could just call the other female the girlfriend. So there's 4 people in this scenario.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, as the uncle, if I look at it and I'm the uncle, I'm in that situation, I'ma feel bad because I feel like my brother is not doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
So I feel like if he's my real brother and that's my real family, I'm gonna pick up the slack because I know how it is. Maybe my brother has mental health issues. Maybe my brother's down and out. Maybe my brother's locked up. We don't know that part of the story.
Well, he's not locked up. He's there.
Right, he's there. But for whatever reason, he's not stepping up and doing what he's supposed to do.
He could let's just say he's just not a stand-up guy. It just seems like he's just not a stand-up guy.
Could be. And if that's the case, I kind of want to fill in that slack because maybe I love the kid. I grew up with the kid and I just want to be the best and do the best for the kid. You know what I mean?
I do.
So I get that. Now, as far as the girlfriend, if she doesn't get along with Haley, which is my girl, then maybe we just need to have a conversation and I shouldn't go around Haley's back. Now, Haley, I hope you have this conversation with your boyfriend that you don't like this girl, that you guys should be on the same page. Like, you should be straight. Like, I don't like that bitch. Like, straight up and down. I don't like that motherfucker.
You always have to be extra.
I mean, sometimes you got to be extra for people to really understand. I don't like that bitch. I'm serious. So
you're gonna make it clear.
So now
no misunderstanding.
So babe, now you know I don't like that bitch. Do not make a move with that bitch without me being involved. If it's about the little boy, cool. But when you talk to that bitch, I want to be involved. I want to know everything that's going on. Matter of fact, when she drops the baby off, I'm opening the door so I let this bitch know that this is my house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Fuck all that other shit. Like, no. You don't call that bitch because, yes, she probably does feel that way. She probably feels like, fuck, I picked the wrong brother.
Absolutely.
I picked the motherfucker that doesn't want to do shit, and this guy wants to do everything. Fuck. All right, well, they're not married. Maybe I can steal them from you, and then I got the right brother.
Well, I don't know if the girlfriend really is interested in stealing the uncle from Haley. I don't necessarily think that that's the truth, but I think that possibly if circumstances had it that the cookie crumbled that way, she would snatch him up. Like if Haley and the uncle broke up, if she and her boyfriend broke up and he happened to be available, she might make a play for him type thing. But I think that it's easy for anyone listening to understand that the girlfriend has a boyfriend who, like I said a few minutes ago, probably isn't a stand-up guy in a lot of ways. And then you have his brother who's doing everything that his brother should be doing.
Right.
He's at the house. He's probably playing with the kid, watching TV with the kid, talking to the kid, maybe taking the kid places and being that father figure in his life.
Right.
Any woman would look at that and be impressed by it and be like, wow, I would love this for my son.
Right, absolutely.
I would love for my son to have this role model or this example in his life. Damn. Any female would feel that way. Like if you're with someone that sucks and then someone that's great steps into the picture, of course you're going to look at it and acknowledge what's going on right in front of you.
Right.
And feel as though, wow, it would be wonderful if I had this.
Absolutely.
But I don't. And that sucks. It's understandable. Not good by any stretch of the imagination, but understandable. And by understandable, I mean anyone listening can kind of say, yeah, it's not great, but I get it.
Right.
It's understandable that when she's around the uncle, that she's probably extra nice to him.
Right.
Extra sweet, probably borderline or actually flirting with him.
Absolutely.
Because it's someone that's being nice to you.
Right.
And more importantly, being nice to your child. So I can see it happening that she would smile a little bit more, talk a little bit softer, offer him something to eat, offer him something to drink, go out of her way to make sure that he's happy and he's comfortable, so he continually comes back to be in her presence and in her son's presence. Is that okay? Of course not. But we can all see how that would happen, and that's just realistic. But now from Haley's perspective, from anybody's perspective, that's not a situation that you want your boyfriend, who we're calling the uncle, to be in. But rightfully speaking, you can't pull him away from that, because now we're talking about family. That is his blood nephew. And it's a very admirable and commendable thing for him to step in where his brother is not stepping to the plate.
Absolutely.
So as his girlfriend, Haley, I would encourage that. And I would support that, but with a set of parameters. And I like the parameters that you just mentioned.
Right.
You let him know what it is. And when she flirts with you or borderline flirts with you, ignore it.
Right.
Don't do things to encourage her behavior, because you're not doing it for her. You're doing it for your nephew.
Absolutely.
So you don't reciprocate. Like if she smiles at you, you don't smile back in a way that would encourage her smiling at you. Now, if it's just a normal smile, that's fine.
Right.
But we know when someone's flirting with us.
Absolutely.
And Haley, I'm going to tell you this. Just don't get caught up in those whack conversations where you know what's real and he knows what's real, and then he denies it, and you both are just sitting there BSing each other. Those are the conversations, as you know, I can't stand to have.
Right.
That's another thing that will send me off and really send me into a tailspin. Like when you and I have a conversation where something that I don't like happened.
Uh-huh.
It could be the way you spoke to me. It could be a response to a question. It could be something. And then you're trying to have me believe that it happened under one set of circumstances, or that I imagined it, or it wasn't what I saw, when I know it was exactly what I saw, and the interpretation that I took was dead on. But we got to spend 45 minutes arguing back and forth about the validity of what my impression was.
Right.
And that's that BS conversation. And that will be the argument that will have us, or have me, irritated with you for days. Like, not talking to you, don't give me a kiss, I need you to assert and own the fact that you were wrong and what I thought was right to begin with. And that's based on intuition and just the fact that, Mother Trucker, we were both there. We know what really happened. So I'm saying all of that to say, Haley, let's say that the four of you are together, or forget about the brother. Let's say the three of you are together.
Right.
In the kitchen, in the living room, and she throws him a pleasantry, a flirt, a smile, a look, a glance, or whatever you want to call it. And you know that it wasn't appropriate. You know that it was a flirt. You know that it was something that girl should not be throwing his way. And you know, because it friggin' makes you feel uncomfortable when it happens. You peep it. And then you're like, the bleep was that? You can say something to her in that moment, check her in that moment, or, and it's up to you, depends on, your personality, whether you're confrontational or non-confrontational, you can pull your man aside and speak to him right there and then and say, that is what I don't like. You know what it was. I know what it was. I can see a situation where the guy's like, nah, that was just a smile, or I didn't see any look, or you're looking too far into it, or you're exaggerating, or no, you're overreacting. No, the bleep, I wasn't. You saw it, I saw it, she did it. The three of us were all there. Let's not pretend like this didn't happen.
Right.
And in that moment, you have to really assert yourself and let him know this is the stuff that won't go down, because if it does, then we're not going to be cool with this whole situation where you're coming and playing second daddy to your nephew. Like right now, it's cool. You have my support. I'm glad that you're the type of man that would do that. It gives me an idea of the type of dad that you'll be if we ever get to the point where we get married and we have children. It's wonderful. Don't mess that up. Do not entertain this BS because I don't think that she's a good person.
Right.
I think she's mean. And she listed a laundry list of things that she didn't like about her. I don't think that she's a good person. So do not entertain her. If you do, then you're going to screw everything up.
Absolutely.
And that's how I think it should go down.
And I agree with you. And I'll tell you how I felt. And I would start with, I don't fuck with that bitch, so he knows.
You sure that's not going to be the title?
That might be the title, right? Let's get to another quick email. Now,
good.
Hey, guys, I love the podcast. DJ Envy looks great after losing the 22 pounds.
Yes, you do.
24, by the way.
I'm going to pinch your nipple.
What?
Nothing. That was too much.
All right. Anyway.
I be pinching his nipples, people.
And you be licking them too. But anyway, keep up the good work and keep it all. Oh, keep the weight off. Okay. These questions are for Gia, but I'm going to answer anyway, motherfucker. It's very refreshing to see a woman like you embrace your natural beauty. In a world filled with plastic surgery and all kinds of implants, etc., would you ever consider plastic surgery?
Oh.
After hearing the podcast, the vibe I got from you is that you are okay with letting time take its course on your looks. Is that accurate? Would you ever consider plastic surgery like in your 50s or 60s to tighten up, or is it something you would never do? What about stuff like laser hair removal? Is that something you would consider for the sake of convenience? I'm interested in your thoughts, views on cosmetic procedures. Love the podcast. Please answer if you can.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Okay, so laser hair removal, absolutely. I have done it. I have full body laser hair removal. So I don't sprout hair anywhere on my body except my head, my eyebrows, and my eyelashes.
Right, not even the cooch.
I mean, I think that was pretty obvious, right?
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to make sure I didn't know because you didn't say it.
Yes. That was some of the best money that I have ever spent. Literally. I could not be more happy with the results. But with laser hair removal, here's the thing. The laser is attracted and it damages melanin, for instance. Mm-hmm. So the root of the hair follicle contains the hair, obviously. Mm-hmm. And when the laser is administered, the laser goes straight to the root and it zaps the hair because of the melanin. Laser hair removal is the most effective on fair-skinned people with dark hair. Mm-hmm. So fair-skinned people with light hair, for instance, like Scandinavian people, blondes, it doesn't work very well on because there's no melanin in the hair follicle. So when the laser goes into the skin or into the layers of the skin, it scatters and gets lost because it's not attracted to anything. Dark-skinned people with a dark root, the same thing. The laser isn't attracted to anything. It gets down into there and then it kind of scatters and it doesn't really zap the hair. So if you're fair with light hair or dark with dark hair, you can get maybe minuscule results. From what I understand, from what I was told when I had my procedure done, it's not very effective.
But you did your procedure like 3 years ago, though. 4 years ago, right?
No.
When was it? You
have no concept of time. 8 years ago?
Oh, so
9 years ago?
There has to be new treatments that they figured out.
No, I think that the technology and the science of it is the same.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's what I think. You can do a quick Google search and update, but from when I had my procedure done, the laser is attracted to the melanin. It's attracted to the color.
I'm sure they have
that's
to be
what
able
it zapped.
to fix it from 8 years. I
don't know if it's about fixing. I think that's how it works. But anyway, that's what it was when I got it done. So again, fair complected people with dark hair, it is the most effective for, and it takes several treatments. So depending on who you go to and what their rates are, for me, it was worth every penny.
Right.
I love being able to get up and go and not have to worry about shaving my underarm, shaving my bikini line, shaving my legs, because as a female, your hair grows back every 2.5 days. You shave your legs, you're going out the next day, you have to shave again. Or you're getting in bed with your man and the worst feeling is for him to rub your legs and you know that there's stubble. So you're constantly shaving, constantly wanting to be fresh and soft and supple and sexy. And sometimes it's hard to do. And I know that for me, it makes me feel uncomfortable. So I wanted to have laser hair removal, no razor bumps anymore, no nothing. Your skin is just beautiful and soft. So I am an advocate of laser hair removal. Now, as far as any type of plastic surgery or injections or anything, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I've never had any type of cosmetic anything.
Right.
So no Botox, no fillers, no implants or injections or liposuctions or a tummy tuck or, nothing like that. I've never had anything done. Now, when you ask a person, will you ever, the word ever, the word never is a finite term.
Right.
And what I find is that a lot of people will throw that term around often. Oh, I'll never.
Right.
Or I could never. From today, which is Wednesday, April, whatever, 2018, I don't see myself having a cosmetic surgery in the future. And you're right. I think that I would be very happy to grow older gracefully and embrace the changes. But it can be a different story when you're 50 and, your boobs are down to your belly button, or you start developing crow's feet and you know that a simple little pokey poo can get rid of it. Or, things just start to not look as flattering. I would like to still be attractive when I'm 50.
And you will be.
And you don't know how your body is going to change as you age. Right now, it's very easy for me to say, yeah, no, I don't see myself ever doing that, because at this point in time, I don't have any signs of anything, and I am not coming to terms with how it feels. In this moment, it's not my reality. And I think a lot of people make the mistake of talking about the future and, if he did that to me, I would say this, or I would do this, or, I would never take that. I'd never accept that. Yeah, you think that because that's not your reality. You've never been in that situation. You haven't been in a place where you've been forced to make that decision.
Right.
So I think that I'll be comfortable with aging, but, this isn't, 20 years from now.
Right.
And I really don't know. I think that you make your own choices. I don't think that you look to other people for what they do or what their experience is. You do what feels good for you.
Right.
And the only problem that I ever have is when people go too far or they go overboard. And I think a lot of times that's a result of a condition called body dysmorphia, where you see something in the mirror and that reflection doesn't reflect what other people see when they look at you. You look in the mirror and you think that your nose is too big. You think that, you might be a little bit too overweight or too skinny or too this or too that. And you find all of these flaws. But when other people look at you, they think that you look fine. I mean, to be honest, like I said, like with the detox, I felt like I looked too skinny, but a lot of the feedback was, you look fine. You don't look like a skeleton, or you don't look this. You told me that every day. The kids told me that every day. But that's what I saw when I looked in the mirror.
Right.
And maybe that was a little hint of body dysmorphia. I guess it was just a result of me not liking what I saw. But sometimes you have to take cues from what other people see as well, and not people that are just people that are going to tell you things to make you happy. You have to have people in your life that tell you the truth, that you can believe when you might be leading yourself astray.
Right.
So with that being said, I think that a lot of people, they just have the wrong self-image. And that's when you see people that go too far. They might get a little bit of filler and they're like, wow, that plumped up that line. Well, what about these lines? And then they go and have those lines plumped up. And then they start, it's like you get into this funk where you want to fix everything because your previous fixes were pleasing and they were so easy and maybe not as costly as you might have thought. Because to me, plastic surgery is pretty friggin' affordable. Like if you have a credit card, you can get that tummy tuck.
Right.
You can get those breast implants. You can get that liposuction. Like people, it's within reach. I feel like years ago, it was a little bit more taboo and it was a little bit out of reach financially, but now it's within your reach. So if you're in a situation where you can afford it and you're finding flaws and it's a quick, easy fix, people start over fixing, and that's when people start looking crazy.
Right.
So I think that it's okay if it's done tastefully and it's not overdone.
You know, I feel the same way, and I know she don't care about my opinion, but I'll just say it before we get up out of here. I just feel like whatever you do, you have to do it for yourself. You can't do it for anybody else. And a quick thing is, Kanye West, of course, he's been going on a rant. This week he said that he did liposuction. Mm-hmm. And he said because of it, he was addicted to opioids. I guess they gave it to him, for his healing. And one thing he said that I hated was he said, yeah, I got liposuction because I seen what y'all did to Rob Kardashian and y'all embarrassed him. And he didn't want to come to the wedding because the cameras were going to be there. Right. And I didn't want that to be me.
Right. He didn't want people to call him fat.
They didn't want people to call him fat. Right. And this is where you have to do things for yourself. Mm-hmm. If you want to do a procedure, I'm against it. I'm not for it. If, I wouldn't want my daughter to do it. I wouldn't want my wife to do it. But if you do decide to do it, it's your decision. Of course, I don't judge anybody, but you should do it because you want to do it, not because you feel like this will help me with this, or this people won't be talking about me because of this. If there's something that you don't like, maybe your nose is crooked and you be like, you know what, I've been dealing with this since I was a kid, I just don't like the way my nose is, then yes. Right. Then if that's you, but don't do it because you want somebody else to like you or you want somebody else to look at you a different way. Do it because of yourself.
Right. Well, there's do it because of yourself, but then also like a surgery, like a tummy tuck. Like I've always said that if I had all these kids and my stomach was out of whack, which happens to a lot of women after one child. Right. If genetically your skin isn't as elastic or you don't have as much collagen, when your stomach grows and you give birth, sometimes the skin doesn't snap back. And that's really what the term snapback
absolutely
is about. The skin, if it's optimal skin, it will snap back. It will retract and go back into, it's not going to go back into its original condition because it has stretched, but from what the human eye can see, it goes back into its normal position. And that's what a snapback is. If my skin didn't snap back and it hung, because that's what happens a lot of time, it's like a deflated balloon.
Right.
It just crumples up and then it hung. If that happened to me, I would have a tummy tuck in a heartbeat.
Right.
But
that's for you because you want it.
Yes. And not just for me. Mm-hmm. I would feel unattractive. I'm not going to lie. I would feel unattractive. I would feel less sexy. And I'm not saying that other women feel that way. I'm speaking for myself.
Okay.
If my stomach reacted that way to a pregnancy, I would feel unattractive, not completely unattractive, but that part of my body I would feel was unattractive and not as sexy. And I would personally feel away every time that you looked at me naked. It would make me feel uncomfortable. And that would be an insecurity. It absolutely, positively would. I would have a tummy tuck in a heartbeat. Not for the weight of the stomach, because you can lose. If you just have a pouch, I wouldn't have a tummy tuck, but skin, there's nothing you can do about it. There's no cream, there's no jelly, there's no nothing that you can rub on stretched out skin to fix it. If it's stretched out and it's hanging and it looks like a deflated balloon, the only treatment to fix that would be to cut it off and stretch it and resuture it and let that scar heal.
Okay.
And I would do that. I would absolutely do that. And yeah, like a nose job. A nose is dead smack in the center of your face. And if your nose is a distraction in some way, or if it's, I don't know, kind of taking someone that's looking at you's attention away from the rest of the beauty of your face, and it makes you feel away, I support nose jobs. Okay. I support nose jobs because it really is dead in the smack center of your face. And it can really, I've seen people have nose jobs and they look completely different and in a better way, So there are things that I think are absolutely okay. I just don't like when people go too far.
Absolutely. And
but they don't realize that they're going too far.
No, they never do. It's an addiction type of thing, and they start one and they go to the next, and that happens all the time. But just do it like you said for yourself, and just don't overdo it. I don't suggest it, but I get it. And I just want to tell you something as my wife. If your stomach was wrinkly like a balloon or hanging over, I would just lick under it. Like I would lick under it. I'll pick it up and lick it. Or if they had the balloon effect, I would go right through the ripples.
But you wouldn't though.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
But you wouldn't though.
I would right through the ripples.
I'm glad that you're saying that, but you absolutely wouldn't
like
though.
My fingers, like I'm
yeah, if we were being intimate and I was on top, I would probably cover my stomach with the covers. And I'm not advocating that. I'm not advocating being insecure about flaws. I'm telling you how I would feel.
Okay.
And I'm telling you how I would feel.
I'll look at I'll just rub my penis right under it. Bloop, 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 and just tell you I love you.
That's awesome.
All right. You ready to get up out of here?
I am.
All right. I got to go get your daughter. The daughter that you screamed at earlier today.
That we're going to go and pick up anyway?
Yes.
Yep. It's 2:02. Let's beat this joint.
All right. Well, I'm DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And that was another edition of I forgot.
What?
You can always email us, thekcrew@gmail.com. That's THEEKCrew@gmail.com. All right. Well, let's do it again. I'm DJ Envy.
And I'm Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the KC Crew.
Toodles.